Good day everyone, and welcome to the Eclectic Chef channel. In previous videos I've confessed that I'm a complete fan of wines of the Iberian Peninsula, but specifically I really like red Riojas. And my favourite wine for the last 20 to 25 years of that genre has been Faustino I. It's under £20, 16 to £17 sterling. So think low to mid $20 in the UK. In the US, it's in the low to mid 30s, sometimes a little over, depending as to where you find it. You can't find it all the time. I was lucky enough to get some when I was back at my English kitchen. And I also decided to try some Marks and Spencer's Rioja. We'll talk a little bit about the M&S later, and I have a full review. Faustino is a very old bodega, big wine producer in the Rioja region. I've put a shot of their website for you to see, and I'll link a copy of their website in the comments below. I also was somewhat disturbed, frankly, to see an advert for RiojaWine.com in Food and Wine magazine. But well, there goes Rioja, but anyway, that's not fair. That, by the way, if you like Spanish red wines, that website's very interesting. I've shown a screenshot, and I'll also put a link to that website in the comments to the video. And in closing, the pretender or competitor today is Marks and Spencer's Duque de Meralta Rioja. Also Gran Reserva, as is Faustino I. Few years younger. I think this one's 2016 versus the Faustino I's 2011. But I hope you find this taste test interesting. I'm not going to be a spoiler, but it didn't work out as I expected. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Eclectic Chef channel, again from my English kitchen. Hey, we're going to have a little bit of a wine tasting in this session. Now, we don't talk about it much, but I am something of a student of wines of the Iberian Peninsula. My favourite red wines are Rioja, 2 bottles of which you see in front of me. I've always liked it. Very oaky if you get the right ones. I also like port from Portugal. I like Portuguese reds. It's harder to find a good one these days, and I also love sherries, especially Manzanilla, if you've seen in some of my earlier reviews. Now, the wine on the left, Faustino I, I can reasonably describe as my favourite wine. It's not horribly expensive. I paid £18 for the bottle on the left, a 2011 Gran Reserva Rioja, in a supermarket. At Costco here in the UK, you can get them a little cheaper, maybe around £15, but this bottle would have run $24 if I'd, on a straight currency conversion, if I'd bought it in the States. Today, I can buy Faustino I 2009 at Total Wines and More near my home for $34 a bottle. So that gives you some guidance. This is not the cheapest wine in the pond, but it's not hugely expensive either. Just to put this into perspective for you, wine dealers are offering 2001 Faustino I here for £99 a bottle, about 120, 130 bucks. So it has a following. The vineyard that pushes out the Faustino is one of the larger, if not the largest in Rioja, but they just do a good job. Okay, now on the right, the Duke of Meralta Rioja from Marks and Spencer's. This is what I call Marks and Spencer's navy blue label brand. It's their upper level own brand wines. I've had a couple of bottles of this since I was here. £16 a bottle, let's call it around 21 bucks if you were to buy it straight across. As I film this, I honestly don't know if this is available overseas in any Marks and Spencer food halls outside the UK. I just don't know. I've had a couple of bottles of the Marks and Spencer wine and was surprised at how good it was. This, by the way, is a Grand Reserva, but it's only, if that's the right word, 2016. So, how do these two stack up? And the results honestly surprised me a little bit. The Marks and Spencer wine has a little more nose. I was surprised that I couldn't, in swirling the wine around the glass, and I can't really film that very well here. My lighting's not perfect, as you can see, as it is. None of these wines really has much of a meniscus, which is where the wine meets the glass at the top, and you should see a slightly brown ring in wines of this age, particularly of the Faustino, and I don't. It's hard to pick up. They don't seem to have much of a meniscus in the glass. What that means, I don't know. I'm not a sommelier, I'm just an enophile. So take that for what it is. Now, so Marks and Spencer's has it on the nose. The taste test, and I've tried these by themselves with a bit of Longclass and Stilton. You'll see my review earlier, very creamy, beautiful cheese, should bring out the flavour of the wine. The Marks and Spencer version is a little drier than the Faustino and a little fuller bodied. It also has a longer finish and, surprisingly, in my opinion, a little more oak to it. I still love Faustino 1, but I have to tell you, to my great surprise, if I had to pick one of these, it would be the Duke of Meralta from Marks and Spencer. Not because it's cheaper, because it suits my taste buds better. Now, there's a caveat that I always pop into my drinks taste tests that I'll keep coming back to. If I were to pick another vintage of Faustino, and when I get home to Arizona, I'll be going down to buy a few bottles from Total Wines, I might have a completely different result here. I don't know. But if I'm stacking up the Faustino 1 2011 and the Duke of Meralta 2016, I would have to pick the Marks and Spencer wine. A little cheaper, but you wouldn't ever have to be ashamed serving this wine with roasts, robust pasta dishes, cheese, even good meaty antipastos. These would work very well with any of that. Both of them would, actually. They're not that much different, but it's just I'd have to give the nose to the Marks and Spencer. With that, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the sort of diverse content we put out here. It really does help the channel. Thank you very much.